everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to paint this Black Templar Castellan, and I already made a video assembling this miniature, so in case that you would like to check it, I'm going to leave the link in the description. Before I start painting, I would like to make the base a little bit more interesting, and I'm going to do exactly the same that I'm doing with my Black Templars lately. So I'm going to cut a little bit of sprue and I'm going to glue it in the base. Now that the glue is completely dry, I'm going to prime the miniature, and for that I will use Chaos Black from Citadel. Miniature prime, and now I will use Azure Granite to cover the base like I do with the rest of my Black Templars. And now I will apply a thin layer of Abaddon Black to the inside robes and the power armor. We are going to proceed with one of the most important steps, because I'm going to apply Dawnstone. This is a light grey, and I will apply it to all the areas that later will be white. There's going to be a lot of white in this miniature, and that's why this is so important. And as you know, it's quite difficult to paint white on top of black, but by applying a light grey color like this one, we're going to achieve a much nicer transition. So now we are going to paint all the robes, this flag that we have here, this purity seal, and also the inside of this shoulder pad. Here I did what I like to do always. I applied a few thin layers of grey, and I started working on the shadows because I like them like that. I like them quite noticeable and very visible. And of course the main goal of applying this grey color was to cover it with white, and that's why now I'm going to use Wraithbone to cover those robes. This was the most difficult and time-consuming part of painting this miniature, because of course painting white on top of a black primer is not the easiest, but still I like to do it like that. And even if I had to add a lot of thin layers of white and then more to manage to get a nice color and texture, I'm happy now with the result, so we can continue. And now I would like to use Morphan Brown to paint the belt and all the pouches and holster of the pistols, so hopefully it should be okay and I'm not going to make a mess. We applied the brown color, and now I would like to continue with corn red, because of course this is a Black Templar, so I would like to make the weapon color red, and the handle of the sword as well. And of course I'm going to paint the eyes, also this rope that we have here, and this is going to be a crusade seal, so it should be red as well. Let's start painting the metallic elements, so I will use lead velcher to paint the remaining details in the weapon, the symbol in the chest, and also some metallic elements in the belt and the holster of the pistol, and as well the blade of the sword, and also some details on the power armor. And now, to finish with the metallic elements, I would like to use Runelord brush to paint the bullets in the magazine that we have right there. And then I would like to use Balthasar Gold to paint the remaining gold elements, like for example these items that we have here. I'm also going to paint this shoulder pad, this right here, and of course the handle of the sword. Now that we finish with all the base colors, we can start applying the shades, and I would like to start with Nuln Oil. I'm going to apply this color to the silver, to the weapons, and also I will try to enhance these shadows a little bit more. And then I'm going to use Agrax Earth Shade for the gold color, the bronze color, the brown color, and also this purity seal that we have right here. In the end, I also decided to paint this skull that we have right there with gold paint. And now let's start highlighting that black power armor. For that, as usual, first I will use Dark Reaper on every single edge of the power armor, and then I'm going to use Fenrisian Grey to highlight the areas that are going to be the most exposed. This armor looks much more interesting, and now let's highlight the red color with Evelyn Scarlet. Let's continue with the highlights of the metallic colors, and this is going to be quite straightforward. So we are going to use Retributor Armor to highlight the gold color, and then we are going to use Stormhost Silver to highlight the silver color, of course. We're almost there. Now let's use crack brown to highlight the brown color. And now I would like to use Corax White to decorate this crusade seal and also to give the final highlights to the robes. Let's proceed with the plasma, and I will try to keep it as simple as possible. So first I will use Corax White, and after that I will just use a little bit of Temple Guard Blue. Now we just need to add some heraldry to this Space Marine, and I will try to do something different to the things that I usually do. So I'm going to combine the Abaddon Black with Aberland Sunset and Ideal Yellow. And this is it, this is the final result. This is my Black Templar Castellan. With the base I just apply a little bit of Abaddon Black to make those shadows much more noticeable, and then I just dry brush the Brightbone all over it. It's something that I like a lot, and I like it so much that it's what I'm doing with all my Black Templars lately. Obviously at this point I would like to invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about this Castellan, because as always I care a lot about your comments. With the shoulder pad I use gold color because I would like to be consistent, and this is how I painted my last lieutenant, so I wanted that rank to have like one golden shoulder pad and then captains to have two, so I'm happy with that. I think that looks great, and I like specifically this one in gold. And with the heraldry, I have seen a lot of people using yellow for Black Templars. I thought that it was a little bit not nice with mine, but here I had so much white that I was like, hey, every color that I put will suit there, so I went for yellow. And I think that it looks very good. It's quite noticeable, and we have like a lot of nice elements. It's not only that we have like the red weapon, it's just that we also have like that nice yellow heraldry. So there's a lot of color here, and that's good. I like that. And I think that this one fits very well into the theme of the specific miniature, because I think that it suits very well this one. I don't know, I like it, and I think that it looks good. And what else can I say? The most complicated part were the ropes, of course. Once that was done, the rest was quite easy and straightforward. Maybe I complicated myself a little bit priming black, because the most part of the miniature is white. But still, I'm happy with the final result, and that's what matters to me, so I'm not going to regret that. And of course, as always, I would like to remind you that if you like what I do and you would like to support my work, I invite you to check the link to my Patreon in the description. And some final thoughts about this Castellan. I decided this one to be a crusade seal, I mean red with white letters, because I think that it will look nicer here compared with the robes that are white. So I decided to go for it. It's kind of hidden, so it's not super noticeable that it's actually like a purity seal. So it's okay. Aside from that, I would like to mention that for the inside robes, I did exactly the same that I did for the Chaplain, because I think that it looks nice. And yes, because I didn't want to use like a different color, because it will be maybe too much. And I would like to mention that from this specific perspective, this reminds me of a specific video game character. But that's it, I'm not going to say more because if not, I'm not going to be able to unsee it. And I love this sword, I like it a lot. After painting this one, I'm even more happy about it. And yes, I think that is a really cool and awesome bit. And with all of that being said, this is the end of the video. This is my Black Templar Castellan. I hope that you enjoyed the miniature. And of course, as always, if you are set here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.